Hey YouTube, guess what? It's me again, and I am coming to you for the second time this week. I know, so exciting. So I am going to do the WLS tag, the 11 questions tag. I was tagged by Kristen at Survive Sleeve Slay. I've included her link down below. She's amazing and I love her, and she's the one who tagged me, so I told her that I would do it, so that's what I'm doing. So if you guys want to check out her page, like I said, she'll be linked down below. And I'm going to go ahead and get my tags out of the way too. I'm trying to tag people that I know watch my videos. So I'm going to go ahead and tag Bree at BreemoVSG. I'm not sure if she watches my videos or not, but I follow her on Instagram too, and she's great, and I love her. So I'm going to go ahead and tag her. I'm also going to tag Taryn at VSG Tearing It Up. She's also somebody that I follow and watch her videos, and I would be super interested to see her responses to these, as well as Erica at Mission Sleeve. I've been following her for a long time. She's actually further out than I am, quite a bit further out. I think she's around 2 years out, and she's been an inspiration to me, so I'd be curious to hear her answers for these too. So all of those people, if you're curious to check out their pages, I'm going to be linking them in the description box below. So those are my tags. Hopefully you guys will also do this. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So question number 1 is, when did you start gaining weight? I don't have the best memory as a lot of other people seem to have. So the first time that I remember my weight even becoming something that I even thought about was actually, I want to say, around the age of 12. I never had an issue with my weight at that early of an age, and I look back at pictures at that when I was that age, and I didn't think I had a weight problem, but for some reason my mom thought that I did and decided to put me on a diet, which, to be honest with you, I'm still a little upset about, because it didn't make any sense to me. Like, let me be honest, my mom and my dad had divorced. Like, it was soon after they had divorced, and my mom was living with some people, and they all were extremely overweight and extremely unhealthy and ate very poorly, and yet they were putting me on a diet. I'm a 12-year-old that, like I said, going back and looking at pictures, like, I've never been a small person, don't get me wrong. I've always been kind of like, I would say more of an athletic build, like kind of thick, but not overweight or, you know, like obese or anything like that. But here they were putting me on a diet, saying that I needed to lose weight. It wasn't a pleasant experience. Anyways, so I remember that being the first time that I was like, wait, like, what do you mean? Like, weight just never was something that was in my head. While I don't think that's when I started gaining weight, though, or having a weight issue, should I say. When I remember having a weight issue was around the age of 15. That's when my mom put me on a birth control, the depot, so the shot, and I gained a lot of weight on that. So it was around my sophomore year in high school. I gained a lot of weight from that. So before that, I was probably like around 130 pounds, I would guess. And I put on about 50, 60 pounds, something like that. And that's when I remember being like just barely under like 200, somewhere between like 180, 190, somewhere in that range. And that's when like my weight first became an issue. Yeah. So yeah, I would say probably around the age of 15, answer that question. Number 2. Are you an emotional eater? Yes and no. Boredom. Boredom is my big thing. I'm pretty sure that's considered an emotional eater. So I would say that's the reason why I would say yes. Boredom is definitely my biggest problem. It's something that I struggled with before. It's something that I still struggle with now. I wouldn't say that I eat more when I am angry or stressed or, you know, those kinds of emotions. I've just always been a poor eater. I just always had bad habits. I don't really feel like other emotions affect me, but boredom is a big one. That one definitely does. And again, still struggling with that now. Number 3, how long have you been dieting? Great question. I don't know. Again, I have a very poor memory. I can't remember the first time I started dieting. Aside from, like, I do have that memory when I was 12 and my mom tried to force me on a diet, but I don't think that lasted very long. I didn't live with her for very long. I lived with my dad. I want to say probably, like, serious dieting was probably in my 20s. I can't remember really dieting before then, even though I had weight issues, like, starting around 15. It wasn't until I got pregnant with my daughter and I hit over the 200s when I was pregnant with her, so that was at the age of 20, that I was really, like, floored by my weight and, like, I am so unhappy, like, I can't stand this. So I don't know exactly what age that I started dieting. I don't think I did right after having my daughter, because I was like, I don't know. I don't remember exactly the age, but I know I was in my 20s and I did a lot of dieting, a lot of different dieting, all kinds. So, yeah, in my 20s. Number 4. Are you following any specific diet? Again, that's kind of a yes and no. I do make protein first. I make that my first priority is protein. Because I know, you know, that's part of my surgeon's rules and guidelines, and I know how important that is for us who have had VSG surgery. So yes, I do make protein a priority. Aside from that, I just try to make healthy decisions most of the time. I am not afraid of carbs. I do eat carbs. I am, you know, I do try to stick, not like, you know, I fill my diet up with carbs because, again, still protein is first. But if I want to have a snack, like, I'm not scared of a granola bar or something like that. So, you know, kind of like yes and no. Like, I am trying to just eat healthier and make protein first priority. Number 5, have you cut out any foods completely? Yes. Again, like I just said, I'm not afraid of carbs, so I haven't cut out all carbs, but there are certain ones that I do try to avoid, like baked goods. I haven't had a baked good since, well, my daughter's birthday, March 22nd, I had a couple bites of cheesecake. Before that, it had been, you know, since before the process, the surgery process, so before my surgery date in November, I hadn't had any. So I don't eat, like, cakes, cookies, cupcakes, you know, Little Debbie snacks, that kind of stuff. I don't eat it, mainly because they're trigger foods for me, and for one, for two, they serve no nutritional value. They're not going to do anything good for me, so I just try to avoid them at all costs. I also avoid pasta. I don't really eat spaghetti or, like, Alfredo or lasagna. I haven't touched any of that kind of stuff either. So not to say that I will never, but at this point, they're not in my diet. I've never been much of a soda drinker, but at this point, I refuse to drink my calories. So I don't drink any, like, sodas, teas, or any of that kind of stuff. The only thing that I drink calorie-wise is my coffee, which is just my protein coffee that you guys have seen my videos for. So that's it. Aside from that, I drink only water. I guess that's not really a food, but anyways. Have you had success losing weight in the past? Yes. For those of you who don't know, I did about 5 or 6 years ago or so, I lost a bunch of weight. I want to say, how much was it? Around 75, 80 pounds. I went from my highest 226, got down to about 150 was the lowest that I've seen. And so yeah, that I have been successful at weight loss before in the past. multiple times, you know, whether it be that amount of weight. So that was the most I had ever lost. But I've lost like 20, 30, 40 pounds before, multiple times in the past. What I have not been successful at is keeping it off, obviously. One of the reasons why I had the surgery is I'm hoping it's going to be an extra tool to help me keep it off. Because while I can lose weight, I have yet to master maintaining my weight, or, you know, not gaining it all back. Number 7, do you follow a workout plan? Yes. Since I've started, I've always made it a point to make sure that I exercise 3 days a week, whether that be just walking, or I've started to do some jogging now too. Sometimes I'll go to the gym. Sometimes I'll do some weights at home. Whatever the case may be, I don't have like a strict laid out plan at this point in time, but minimally I do get up and move 3 days a week. And like I said, it could just be walking, but yeah, that's what I'm currently doing right now. Number 8, what are some of your favorite diets? I'm sorry, I think that's kind of a dumb question. Maybe it's just me, but I don't like diets. If people liked diets, probably wouldn't be such a weight issue in the world nowadays. I don't know. Anyways, I guess, like, I would say maybe the questions to be like, what diet do you hate the least? To me, I'm trying not, well, okay, so in the past, yeah, I used to always diet, because obviously it wasn't a lifestyle change, because I didn't stick to it, because I couldn't keep the weight off. So I would say the best one that I ever tried way back when would have been Weight Watchers, I think, because that is the best one that allows me to still eat the things that I want, but just make sure I'm not overindulging. So I guess my favorite one would have been Weight Watchers. Number 9, how much weight do you want to lose? Okay. So, easy answer to that is my goal from the start has always been, like, my pie in the sky goal has always been 130. Right? Yeah, 130. And, you know, the last I weighed in, which was end of May, right? Yeah, end of May, I was 139. So obviously that is definitely a goal that I can get to. But I've kind of been throwing around a lot of things. I think it would be awesome to say that I've lost 100 pounds. So now I'm kind of like, well, you know, I'm only... By the way, guys, I'm actually only 7 months out. I had a brain fart. I know my last video said I was 8 months out, and I swore up and down that I was 8 months out, but I had my friend who had the surgery a month before me. She's like, no, girl, or a month and a half before me. She's like, no, girl, you're only 7 months out, because I'm 8.5 months out. I don't know what the heck happened, but anyways, I'm only actually, I just hit 7 months out not that long ago. Anyways, but I'm like, I'm only 7 months out at this point, and like I said, I haven't weighed myself, but I'm pretty sure I'm probably within like 5 pounds or so of my goal. And so now I'm thinking, like, I still have, like, another 4, 5 months until I hit my year. Like, I think it's definitely feasible if maybe I shoot for 120, 125. I don't know yet. I think it would be awesome to say that I've lost 100 pounds. So if I do hit 130 and I still, again, I'm taking pictures. I'm just trying to look at my body and see, you know, how I feel, where I'm at, what clothes I'm in. You know, I'm trying not just to base it all on the scale and the number on the scale. So only time will tell. Once I hit 130, you know, I might strive for that 100 pounds lost. So maybe 126. Number 10, do you feel you are addicted to food? Do I feel I was addicted to food? Yes. Yes, I do. I do feel like I was addicted to food. And here's why. So I can specifically remember a situation. It was before surgery. And I think I was in, like, going through, like, the pre-op stages and stuff like that. So I was obviously trying to make better decisions and trying to change my eating habits, get into a better, healthier lifestyle. And I remember there being ice cream in my fridge. And I remember the feeling that I had that I wanted that ice cream so bad that it was at night and I was sitting there watching TV and I could not think about anything else. I couldn't focus on the show that I was watching. I couldn't focus on anything else. It was like there was this like little demon sitting on my shoulder, just like, you want that ice cream, just trying to convince me in any way, shape, or form that you want that ice cream. And to me, that's an addiction. So I would say yes, I do feel like I was addicted to food. Number 11, are you comfortable in your body now? I would say mostly yes. I have really been trying to work on that. I've really been trying to accept myself where I'm at, been trying to see where I've come from, been trying to really love myself. So I've been trying to make that a focus. As you guys know, I put in a picture, you know, my last video of me in a 2-piece bathing suit, which is something I would have never, ever done before. Put it on YouTube, let alone, you know, well, let alone go out in public to, like, you know, out to see people, but let alone put that picture on YouTube and on my Instagram. Like, so obviously I have come a long ways, which I'm so happy about. But I'm not going to lie and pretend like it's like I never have points of weakness, that I never have points where I look in the mirror and I don't particularly like what I see, or, you know, I have a little trouble accepting some of my loose skins or some of my, you know, trouble areas and stuff like that. So I would say majority of the time, yes, I am feeling pretty happy and pretty comfortable with myself, but I'm not perfect. I still have my times where I struggle. But they are a lot less than they used to be, so I'm very thankful for that. Okay, guys, that was it. So it was just 11 questions. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. I'm glad that I was able to do that, and thank you again, Kristen, for tagging me and for your such sweet comments that you had stated on your video. You're like one of my favorite people as well, and I love watching your videos as well. So, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.